Hello, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to my channel. So there's a couple of products that I've been using lately that I've really been liking, and I always like to share things that I like and what I like about them. So I'm just gonna let you guys know what are some things that I've been loving lately. Some of them are jujitsu related, some of them are not. So let's get started. The first thing that I want to share with you guys is the water filter that I got. I finally got a water filter. I feel like for months I was going back and forth and I was doing research and then I couldn't decide, so then I would forget about it and then I would do some more research, and it was like this ongoing process that was lasting for such a long time where finally I was just like, Kim, you need to sit down, you need to figure out which brand you want to get, and you just need to buy it. That's how it went. Now I know that there are a couple of really big filters out there that are pretty pricey, like the Berkey, the Alexa Pure. There's probably other brands too. I was hesitant to kind of invest in those products because I just wasn't positive about them. I've heard good things, I've heard bad things. So I was like, let me start with something small. And this one brand that I kept seeing on different sort of non-toxic, all natural living people's social media, and that's the brand Clearly Filtered. So I ended up going with a couple of different products. So just to start, I got this kind of smaller pitcher for the refrigerator, and the water from this is what I used to cook with. So when I make pasta, rice, coffee, all before this, I know, I'm gonna say it, I was using tap water, and then the water that we were using to drink, we were just getting bottled water. But every morning when I made my coffee and I was using tap water, I was like, I'm freaking poisoning myself. Like, what am I doing, you know? Now we have a filter. And then because this filter is small, right? It's not that big, it fits nicely in the refrigerator. I didn't want to have to constantly refill that pitcher up multiple times a day. And then the water seeps down through the filter, so it does take a little while for the water to go through. So having to do that all day long, I just didn't really want to do that. Then I also got this really cute stainless steel water bottle that has a filter attached to the cap. And this is what I use to drink out of throughout the day. What I really love about the water bottle is that I don't have to wait for the water to trickle down and filter through the system. The way it works is you have to drink from the bottle straight up like this versus like dipping the bottle back, because the water has to come up as you sip it and then it goes up through the filter. But it's so convenient. You just fill it up with water from the sink and it gets filtered as you drink it. It's just crazy. So when you get the package, they have a whole booklet of how to use it, and they have a whole big list of everything that the system filters out of the water. I think it was almost 400 contaminants that get filtered from the tap water. All different types of chemicals, metals, bacteria, viruses, prescription drugs are in our water. Like, that's insane. And what I also really love is I never have to buy a case of water ever again. The second product that I've really been liking, this one is specifically jujitsu related, and I guess the water bottle could be too, but this one is essential for the gym bag. Something that really started grossing me out, and maybe I'm just really late to the game and you're gonna think that I'm really gross for ever doing this to begin with, but I hated putting my dirty jujitsu clothes back into my gym bag. I would have it in a separate pocket so that it wasn't touching anything else in the main pocket, but I just hated that this disgusting sweaty rash guard and shorts was just going right back into my gym bag with all of these other things in the bag. So what I got was these really cute little, almost like laundry bags. They're waterproof bags that I just bought on Amazon. Guys, they were $10 and I got 2 bags. It does stink that I just bought these pretty recently and now I won't be doing jiu-jitsu for a really long time, but for the couple of times that I did use them, I felt a lot better putting my sweaty, disgusting jiu-jitsu clothes in a separate waterproof bag so that it stayed completely away from the other clean things that are inside of my gym bag. $10, guys, you can't beat it. Number 3, this one is fun because I have something for you guys. So you guys know that I've been working with X Marshall for a while now. I've talked about their gear before. I always leave a link in the description below on every video so that you guys can get a little discount whenever you purchase from them. It also helps me and supports me and this channel. But if you aren't familiar, X Martial is a jiu-jitsu and MMA company. They specialize in rash guards and shorts, but they also have things like t-shirts, hoodies. They have some gis on their website as well. And I think what drew me to them in the beginning was all of the really cool designs out there that they had for women's rash guards. Sometimes I like to wear a rash guard that's more simple, but then other times I want to have more fun with the rash guards, and it's really nice knowing that there are options out there for women that have like really colorful, really funky designs. So something that I have for you guys today is a little package, but it's very specific. I have not just one, but 2 rash guards to give away. Only thing is, they are women's rash guards, so sorry guys. And they are an extra small, but they are so pretty. They are so cute. Okay, are you ready to see? This is the first one. It's giving me like island, tropical, plant vibes. I love it. I love the color. I think it's so cute. It's got their name on the front. It's got their name on the back. And it also has the grip band at the bottom to prevent it from riding up. And this is the second one. So on this one, you just have the logo in the corner and then you have their name on the back. Same thing as the first one. It has the grip bands on the bottom. So again, they are both an extra small. I'm giving both away to the same person. And I think for the giveaway, let's just keep it simple. I still want to make it engaging. I still want to talk to you guys because I love hearing your stories and hearing about you. So what I want you to do, if you are an extra small, if you like these rash guards and you would like me to send them to you, leave a comment below and just let me know how you got started with jiu-jitsu. Just let me know like your background, who you are, and how you got into this crazy sport. I'll give it about a week for this video to get out into the YouTube realm and for people to see it, give you guys enough time to comment on it, and then I will just randomly choose a winner. I will reach out to you and that's it. X Martial has been really great to work with. They are really kind and they're just really pleasant people to chat with and to work with, and they've always been very supportive of me and my channel and what I'm trying to do with this channel and for the jiu-jitsu community. They're good people. They care about their customers. They care about their athletes. So yeah, just for me, working with good people behind the brand is really important. Next thing, I've talked about this before. I talked about it in my last video. I talk about it a lot on my Instagram, and that is red light therapy. This little device does a lot. So I've said this before, there's so much science that is behind this, and I am not a scientist by any means, and my brain cannot comprehend a lot. So I've done a lot of research and I've tried to sort of dumb it down for myself to understand. So a very simplified version of what this can do is, so this device has red and near infrared light. Both of those forms of light come naturally from the sun, but only at certain times of the day. Early in the morning when the sun first starts to come up, and then later in the evening when the sun starts to go down. Red light isn't available in that strong afternoon sun. In the afternoon is when you're more looking to get your vitamin D. In the early morning light is when you're looking to get in this red light. I know society tells everybody to stay out of the sunlight, but the sun literally like keeps everything alive and it keeps us working. So the fact that so many of us are deprived of the greatest nutrient out there, it's just absolutely insane. But if you don't have access to that kind of light, then that's when this device can really come in handy. So what it does is it helps with cortisol and melatonin and keeping those two things balanced. You know, we were designed to wake up with the sun. So when we wake up in the morning, ideally cortisol should be at its highest and melatonin be at its lowest. And then towards the later part of the day, melatonin rises and cortisol falls. And when those things get all out of whack and they get all imbalanced, that's when our sleep cycle is affected. And lots of things can affect those two things. Diet, stress, blue light, all of the blue light that we get from our phone, our iPads, our laptops, the lights in our home. All of those things disrupt those two chemicals that I was just talking about. Aside from regulating sleep, this thing does a lot. Red light does a lot. It is great for our skin. I use it on my face all the time. It has helped with fine lines. I use it on breakouts. I use it for cramps during my time of the month. It's also really great for wound healing and injury. So that's the main thing that I've been using it for, because if any of you watched my last video right before this, then you would know that I have a pretty big injury going on right now. And the main thing that I've used to help it so far is red light. So essentially all of my tendons in my hamstrings are just floating in thin air. None of them are attached to my pelvis right now. And I only had swelling for 3 days at the most. I didn't take any anti-inflammatories. I didn't even ice. All I used was red light and then, of course, rest. I am in no way, shape, or form healed. I'm actually waiting to schedule surgery. But all I'm saying is that my swelling for a major injury like this only lasted a couple of days. That's it. My leg is not swollen anymore. And the only thing that I used to help with the swelling is red light. So basically, when the light hits our skin, it penetrates our cells. It helps to regenerate those cells that have been damaged during an injury, damage with a wound, and it just gives your body a little extra boost to start the healing process. And I'm not gonna lie, red light devices can be very expensive. They have full body ones, they have everything in between. They can be very pricey, but this little guy, you can take him anywhere. I always take it on trips that we take just in case, and it was only $40. I think that's really affordable for everything that it can do for you. Another product that I'm really loving, and this kind of enters into another category, the non-toxic living category. A couple of months ago, it all just clicked. And one day I said to myself, I was like, what am I doing? You know, I always preach about living healthy and eating right and exercising, but there's so much more to being healthy and living a really vibrant, healthy life than just diet and exercise. For me, everything really comes down to the quality of all the stuff that you're using. So a couple of months ago, I decided to officially make the switch to eating all organic. My husband and I are big meat eaters and we consume a lot of dairy. And for those items, we always spent more money to make sure that it was higher quality. Raw dairy from farms, if not, it has to be grass-fed. Organic grass-fed meat, if possible, grass-finished. So we were spending the money to make sure those things were higher quality, but we were buying just regular fruits and vegetables. And one day I was just like, why? I mean, the amount of chemicals, pesticides, fungicides that are sprayed on fruits and vegetables, like what's the point of spending more money to make sure that my meat is high quality, but then my fruits and vegetables are poison? So we switched that up, and then I also decided to start switching up the products that we use in our home. And of course, I just have to say first that this is not me forcing anything on you guys and telling you what you should and shouldn't use and what you can and can't use. I just hope that if you've been watching me for a little while now, that you know that when I talk about things that I like to use and when I, kind of just like educate you guys a little bit on things that I've learned, it's not me trying to make myself seem better than you or reprimand you for the stuff that you eat and the stuff that you use. So I just had to throw that in there. So I tried to start doing some research and tried to really start thinking about all of the chemicals that are unnecessarily added to our day-to-day lives that maybe we could start avoiding. They're everywhere, these toxic chemicals in your cleaning products, in your skincare, in your makeup, in your bathroom products, candles, your air fresheners. Everything is filled with chemicals, and it's overwhelming at first, but no one's perfect. You cannot be perfect. You're always going to run into things that are toxic to us, but that's why we are blessed with an amazing body and an amazing immune system that knows how to deal with that stuff when it comes in contact with it. Anyway, I feel like I can talk about this forever, but so I don't bore you too much, let me just get down to the products. So one of the first things that I changed was my moisturizer that I use every day. So I tried out this brand called Toups & Co. Organics, and I really liked the foundation of the brand, I heard about them on a podcast, and it was started by a mom who was having a lot of issues with her daughter's skin. Like she was having, I think, severe eczema and nothing was working. They live on a farm, which I thought was really cool. And this mom started it to help her daughter. The only ingredients in this moisturizer is beef tallow, which is rendered beef fat, olive oil, and then the oils to give it a really nice smell. They do have an unscented version, but the only oils that are in here are vanilla and almond. You also have to be okay with rubbing beef fat all over your face and your body. But believe it or not, I'm not crazy. Tallow is one of the best moisturizers that we as humans can use. It's very similar to the makeup of our skin in terms of the fat content that's in there. So our skin just eats it up. There's also a ton of vitamins that are in tallow. So it's really, really nutrient dense. I just feel so much better knowing that there are 0 toxic chemicals in the product that I'm putting on my skin every day. You know, I was gonna go into more products. I was gonna go into a bunch of things that I've been using as I've started to transition into this sort of non-toxic way of living, but I feel like I've talked a lot more in this video than I thought I was going to. So I don't want to make this video too long, and I don't want to go into all of this non-toxic stuff if some of you guys like just couldn't give a darn. But what I can do is, if you guys want to hear more about this stuff that I've implemented into our home, let me know in the comments and I can make a whole other video just talking about that stuff. Just things like how I've replaced the cleaning products in our home. Everything is DIY now. What I use in the shower, what I use to wash produce, like all of these kinds of things, I would be more than happy to talk about because I think it's so interesting. But if there are people watching this and you're bored and you don't want to hear about that stuff, then I don't want to keep going on and on and on. So let me know in the comments and I can make a whole other video just talking about that stuff specifically. I hope you guys like this video. I hope you learned something. I hope you maybe found some products that maybe you want to try. Don't forget to enter the giveaway. If you liked those rash guards, here, I'll show them to you again. There's this one. This one is really cute. It's a little bit more colorful. This one is just as cute with the blue, and you have to be an extra small. To enter the giveaway, leave a comment, let me know a little bit about you, and let me know how you got into jiu-jitsu. I'll give you guys a week to leave a comment, and then I will choose a winner randomly, and I will reach out. If you're not subscribed to my channel, subscribe to my channel. I just hit 5,000 subscribers, so that's really exciting. This little tiny space on the internet is growing slowly but surely, and I'm really excited. I'm gonna have a lot of free time over the next couple of months once I get surgery and I'm kind of, out of jiu-jitsu for a while. So I'm really excited to keep working on this channel and to see where we can get by the end of the year. So subscribe. I really, really appreciate your support. Give this video a thumbs up. Don't forget to hit that bell notification button so that you never miss when I post a new video. Thank you guys so much. You guys have been so great supporting my channel and DMing me with all of your messages. I really, really appreciate it. I love it so much. And until the next video, I will see you guys next time.